They did not attack him from the front. They waited until nightfall, until the fires burned low, until the man they once followed fell asleep among them. By dawn, the Roman general was dead, not killed by the enemy, but executed by his own army. The whispers began in the shadows, quiet words of fear and resentment spreading through the soldiers. Each hand gripped a spear, each eye wary, as loyalty began to fracture. The general slept unaware, oblivious to the betrayal closing in. The night was still, but fate had already decided his end. His name was General Marcus Valerius. A man forged by war, respected for his victories, feared for his discipline. He led legions across distant lands, crushing rebellions and expanding the empire's borders. To Rome, he was a hero. To his soldiers, a commander worth following, or so it seemed. Banners waved behind him, symbols of triumph and authority. Soldiers saluted him with quiet reverence, unaware of what was to come. He gazed over the battlefield, confident that loyalty would follow him to the end. The campaign was supposed to be swift. Instead, it dragged on for years. The land was hostile. Supplies ran thin. Victories became rare. Each day, the soldiers marched farther from home. Each night, resentment grew. Marcus demanded obedience. Rome demanded results. The man between began to break. Discipline turned into punishment. And punishment bred hatred. Fear began to replace loyalty. Discipline turned into punishment. Executions for desertion. Whippings for hesitation. Marcus believed fear was control. But fear breeds something far more dangerous. Hatred. The soldiers stopped seeing him as a leader. They began seeing him as the enemy. And enemies in war are meant to fall. The first cracks in loyalty had appeared, unseen, but deadly. It didn't begin with shouting. It began with whispers. At night, around dying fires, that the soldiers spoke quietly about home, betrayal, and a general who had forgotten them. The idea spread like a disease, and once it took hold, it could not be stopped. Fear and resentment became whispers of mutiny. The army began to question the man they once followed without doubt. Killing a general was treason, but following him any longer felt like a death sentence. By dawn, the choice was made, not by one man, but by many. Loyalty collapsed under fear and exhaustion. Rome's finest turned against their own. The moment had arrived, silent and inevitable. The greatest betrayal in the army's history was about to unfold. Marcus Valerius never saw it coming. There was no trial, no final speech, no mercy. The army he commanded closed in from all sides. His power meant nothing in that single moment. The command he held, the loyalty he commanded, all shattered. The betrayal was complete. Rome would later call it betrayal. The soldiers called it survival. The campaign collapsed soon after. The empire moved on, but the lesson remained. Power without loyalty is an illusion. Authority without respect is a blade turned inward. Even the greatest generals can fall from within. History is written not just by battles, but by betrayals like this. History remembers battles, but it is betrayals like this that reveal the true cost of command. Because sometimes the greatest threat stands directly behind you.